Hi, Capricorn. Welcome to the month of December, where you're going to have some incredible power to heal your physical body and be more well than you have been in a long time, along with a potential luck vibe in the house of trips and travel and journeys that you are taking in December or planning, and maybe even a little bit of a jolt possibility of some financial luck as well. Let's talk about why I'm saying all of this. And if you're new to my channel, because I'm going to be talking about all of the details of the month ahead, and you're new here, don't forget, my name is Lori Lothian. I'm a whole sign house astrologer using traditional Western astrology, traditional Hellenistic astrology, the Western tropical zodiac. Now, let's get going and talk about your month. And don't forget, check out my description box, my Divine Timing Masterclass, my Cosmic Moonshine newsletter, because if you sign up, you get discount codes, contests, discounts on readings with me for the newsletter, weekly forecast newsletter, and my Divine Timing Masterclass will fill up. It's going to be in February. And if you want to get into that class and you're intermediate to advanced beginner in your astrology knowledge, come and jump in with us. Okay, enough of the pitching. All right, so basically what I think about this is like, I talk about this with every sign, mostly you get this Capricorn junket every December because Pluto's there for freaking ever since 2008 in the house of you. Yes, you've been transformed inside out, upside down since 2008. And then this year we have the addition of Hygeia, the goddess of healing, and later in the month around the third week. And so we end up with this kind of like Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, everybody piled up. Who did I forget? Pluto, Hygeia in the house of you. So every year in general, there's a feeling that when you come to December, you're really focused a lot on you in some fundamental way, what you are, who you are, what you want, your body, your health, and all of that. Now, this time around, because Hygeia is joining the fray, there's also the potential for physical healing. And I'm going to go straight to that for you. I'm not even going to go chronological, because Hygeia will conjunct a beautiful new moon at 1 degree of Capricorn on December 23rd, while in a square to Jupiter, which just loves it up and brings even more intensity and positivity. And this could open you up to a new level of physical wellness, mind, body, spirit, in some fundamental way in the 2 weeks that follow the 23rd September new moon. But I want you to remind you that a new moon is always going to have a full completion energy or, intense, 6 months later, which will put us in the Cancer season when there's a full moon sometime in June, July of 2022. So don't forget, it's not a one-off deal. I don't expect, yay, be healed to happen on the 23rd. But if there's any physical challenges or psychological, emotional, mental health challenges you've been struggling with, could really turn the corner here and really in a significant way. Now, I did mention a bit about some Jupiter luck. Let's go to that. Jupiter is a god of luck and opportunity, growth, and expansion. He blows up and amplifies things that he touches. And this time he's going into your chart through the house of siblings, but and trips and travel and your local neighborhood environment. Now, he has been here in your third house, Pisces, in his home kingdom already. He was there from about May the 11th to October 20th. And then he was also there for about 3 months in, I think, May, June, July of 21. So it's nothing brand new, but this is his last pass. Won't be back for 12 years. Now, he entered back into your third house on the 30th of October, and he leaves on December 20th. The good news in December is he's moving forward in direct motion since last third week of November, and he's speeding up, and he's really spending a lot of time at the last degree, the 29th degree, very powerful energetic degree. Could have some very good luck, a breakthrough and expansion storylines going on with an aunt, uncle, cousin, niece, nephew, or sibling, or trips, travel, and journeys, your online world, if that's a part of your world, or things that you're doing and happening in your local hood. So all of this has got Jupiter's blessings for you here. And I really want to encourage you to maximize those. It's an ideal time to take a trip in the month of December with Jupiter in direct motion in the house of trips and travel. Things go well. Blessed trips can happen. And it can be really, just something you don't even see happening until you take that journey. So if you have the opportunity to take any travel opportunities, do so for sure. Could be a dream trip in some way. Now, the energy here of Jupiter can also activate skills-based learning. Some of you may have already thought about studying something or started to study something that you want to learn. It's going to give you a new ability or talent or skill, very practical learning here. Jupiter can be teacher. And, maybe already you've started this, but with Jupiter now direct, you have serious momentum in any kind of educational path or teaching path that you might want to take. Or if you are a teacher of any kind, like I am, an instructor, guide, or teacher, this could be some really good success in something you're planning to teach or are teaching or creating for a teaching of some sort. A webinar you want to teach, a seminar, a skills-based teaching. I do want to say that you're really under a lot of flow energy with Jupiter sextiling your identity during the month of December, especially in that long-standing sextile to Pluto, who's been beleaguering you since 2008. The gist of the vibe here is that you are in a state of empowerment, and it especially powers you up regarding those third house themes. Venus and Mercury both will move out of Sagittarius, your 12th house of foreign lands, trips to foreign lands, self-undoing, hidden enemies, people who don't have your back, where they've been, in the month of November, but both of them are sliding out of there. And you may have been doing some healing regarding addictions and addictive habits and substances, especially as Hygeia has been in there with Venus and Mercury in the month of November. But in December, everybody's doing the sachet out of there. And where they're headed into, bless their soul, is the house of you. So let's talk about what it means in this time of year when you get Venus moving into your house of your body and how that benefits you, with Hygeia entering the fray as well. Well, first of all, Mercury enters in. He's ahead of the pack on December the 6th, and then Venus follows suit on December 10th. And it's a two-for deal. First of all, communication skills, negotiating skills, deal-making skills are beginning to amplify starting on December 4th. Good to ask for what you want and get what you want, negotiate what you want, communicate what you need, and succeed at doing that starting December 4th to the end of the month. Mercury will be here until February something because it's a long retrograde cycle, and you'll be going back over deals, renegotiating deals, understanding how to communicate better in areas of your world and life. And you may even be drawing up mastermind plans and ideas as well, all through December, January into February because of that retrograde. Then Venus follows into the area of the sky where Mercury already is on the 6th, and she brings you the ability to be charismatic, persuasive, charming, to actually look better and feel better about how you look, get your haircut, change your wardrobe. But, she gives you the art of persuasion. And when you add Mercury to the fray, you are persuasive and charismatic as well. Especially Venus's journey is December the 10th to the 29th, if I remember correctly. Let me double check. No, to January 3rd. So you got a lot of charisma and schmooze ability going on here, as well as up-leveling your wardrobe or your appearance. Really good time for any kind of cosmetic procedures, but wait till Mars is direct. So forget that I said that. Don't even go there. Next, I would say to you, I'm going to go a little more chronological for the rest of this and go through the month step by step. We're going to talk about a Gemini full moon. It happens at 16 Gemini conjunct Mars, square Juno, and this is going to happen in your natal sky on the part of the sky or in the part of the sky that has to do with your health and your work routines. He can bring you surgical procedures here, and some of you may have had some since August 20th, but he also can help you cut away debt, pare away debt. He can help you eliminate situations that no longer serve you, especially regarding pets and tenancy agreements, whether you're the landlord or the tenant. And all of a sudden we have this full light here of a full moon squaring the goddess of agreements and vows and fidelity and contracts herself, Juno. So there could be a breaking away from a rent or lease contract, a change of a situation that's pretty dramatic regarding a pet. There could also be the elimination of an agreement that has indebted you to somebody or some financial situation. This energy is a part of the full moon, as I said, on the 7th of December, but you have to also go back to the first 2 weeks of June in the aftermath of the May 30th new moon in this part of your sky. So all those themes I mentioned regarding what Mars is up to may have also been in play. And this is the final completion of a longer narrative. You could even change a work agreement if it involves something to do with the online world or trips and travel, and where you're no longer going to be bound by that agreement anymore. On the December 1st to 5th timeframe, a few things are happening. One is that Mercury is helping dispel illusion, delusion, and foggy confusions, and helping you see the way clearly in something that may have to do with a sibling, a travel thing, or a committed relationship that involves travel. And that's going to be followed up by Venus in an opposition to Mars, creating what basically is very intense energy that could look like disagreements or arguments or flares, or even sometimes it's just very sizzling energy regarding work and health things and your own self-undoing. But because the 12th house is hidden enemies and Venus is the energy of the female and she's going through there can be a very jolting energy, a conflict or something that really rattles you going on in the first week of December with a female that you realize is not your ally after all. And you're having to battle back around things to do with agreements that have to do with pets or tenancies or debt and money or things like that. You've got some support from Saturn and your on your side in the house of resources and money. So if this does end up looking like a financial disagreement, there's going to be Lord Saturn helping stabilize it in your second house, saying, we're going to work this out in a reasonable, reasoned, fair, and enduring way, not to worry. Saturn saves the day because he sextiles that Venus and trines that Mars. All right. Next, I've been talking all day, guys. December, this job requires a lot of throat energy, talking into a mic. December the 8th and 9th, there is a sun opposition to Mars. Again, it's kind of that conflict with I just talked about with Venus, but now the sun is getting involved. This could be people in authority going to bat for whoever's arguing with you about the debt, the pet, the tenancy situation, more conflict to be resolved. Yet at the same time, Venus squares Jupiter, and therefore Venus is squaring Lord Jupiter, who's still at that point, December 8th and 9th, quite established in your third house. This could definitely look like rental agreements, contracts, trips, or educational energies where there is something going on. It can either be disputed energy or it can be a bit of a glow up. Now, if there's a lucky opportunity here with Venus in the 12th and Jupiter in the third, it looks like a lucky break happening regarding a trip or travels to foreign shores and things that result from that. If you do PayPal income like I do or Stripe, this could also be a glow up from something you're selling or marketing online and a big boom in your finances as a result of that. In that 8th and 9th of December window. December 12th to the 15th, we have the sun sextiling Saturn. That is going to be very good for hard work and super duper focus with incredible discipline, really drilling into something. And if you do drill into something, you're drilling into something that you've been working on in the behind the scenes backroom projects. And it may involve finances, foreign lands and travel, etc., and resources and possessions. And you're just like on hyper focus and doing very good at attention span and due diligence on the 12th to the 15th. I do think that at the same time, though, the sun's squaring Neptune, we're back to the idea, is there any possible disagreements around illusions and delusions around a committed partnership or business or love? Juno is in the fray there as well. I really like this December 17th to the 22nd, in which both Mercury from the 17th to the 18th and Venus the 21st, 22nd in like one part, two part trine Uranus, creating Earth trine energy from the house of you, right? Yay, you, and the 5th house of your children, romance, independent business enterprise, creative inspiration, money luck. And with Uranus there as well, sudden jolts of financial money luck through speculation could be ongoing, or just a sense of ease and flow regarding money that comes from creativity, creative projects, children, just really, but it's Uranus. So it's like expect the unexpected. It's pleasant surprises around money, maybe romance and love. Certainly if you're a single Cap, this could bring in a very exciting new relationship. Likely with somebody, though, that's way outside the box of your usual romantic partners. If you don't want to have a baby, you or your partner, Uranus, Venus is ovum, sperm. Someone's saying, look at honey, my pregnancy test. So be careful for that. If that's not something you're into right now, a sudden unexpected pregnancies though, but it is a trine. So it should be a welcome news story. Mercury will sextile Neptune. This is good for psychic ability. This is good for intense creative focus. This is good for channeling downloadable new ideas. This is good for storytelling and writing and filmmaking and video making stuff. So December 24th to 26th, Mercury sextiles Neptune from the house of you to the house of trips and travel. This same, it could be great for marketing and merchandising, some kind of creative project online. It could be really sweet energy as well for some kind of negotiations with siblings, negotiating around travel, or negotiating something in a positive way with someone that you're significantly connected to, because Juno's in the fray. December 31st, Mercury does it again. Let's go back over the details, he says. And then February 5th, he finishes up that same story, 3 parts, because of his retrogradation. There's a fusion between Venus and Mercury in the house of you on December 28th and 29th. I have no idea what to make of that. You could be getting the most amazing haircut, the most beautiful wardrobe, the most important. You're the one with the Mercury and Venus. Are you speaking into the world something very Mercury Venus is absolutely amazeballs, and the whole world gets to revel in your amazing disclosure, information, news, or words. And then at the same time that happens, Venus is sextiling Neptune. So honestly, I mean, you could be doing a speech that is in front of a group of people online, and it dazzles everybody because of the way that you concoct eloquence and grounded, fantastical, hopeful energies. Then on December 31st, there's a Venus conjunct Pluto. Happy New Year in the house of you. Well, I mean, you could go all the way here into some kind of really intense sexual intimacy with yourself. Venus and Pluto in the house of you, but it's also just about pure Venusian power. How are you going to step into the role of, I always call Venus and Cap the boss babe, but the boss babe meets the wealth planet. It could also be you're going to disclose some kind of secrets that are about love or money to somebody else, or something you've hidden from somebody else. And you're going to tell them what's really up here. But it would be very intense, to say the least, on New Year's Eve. So if intensity is not your thing, too bad. It's what I see in the sky. Thanks for listening, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising people. Please hit my notifications bell so you know when I'm putting something on. Check my Sky Reading class out in my description box. Get on the wait list, get the early bird discount rate, and sign up for my newsletter. Thanks for being here. Happy December to all of my Cappies. I know a lot of you guys, and my ex-husband's one of you. Big hugs all.